Hello my dearest, how you guys doing today? This is Rosalinda, your favorite fire inspector. Happy Thursday. And remember, fire prevention is self-protection. And we have been in the episodes of Spain in my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about Spain vs the US. Who does fire prevention better? So we're going to go right into it. Okay, when it comes down to fire prevention, Spain and the US, obviously they'll be a bit different because it's normally also shaped by the urban design of the country, of the city, right? By culture and also by climate. Okay, you know that in the US we have different climates. In Spain, it's winter or dry season. Okay, so we're going to go first into the urban design and buildings material. While in Spain we build mostly with bricks, right? Thick stones and tile roof, right? And narrow streets, because our streets are very narrow, so that prevent from fire spreading. While in the US, in the US, especially in the suburb and wildfire prone area, often uses combustible materials like making wood homes. Okay, they use more wood, so that tend to be more vulnerable to fires. So you guys got first different now. Number two, wildfire strategies, right? Spain focused heavily in prevention in rural areas, okay? In rural areas, while the US, suppression systems or suppression methods are dominant, okay? So it's very different. While US uses a little bit more technology, AI, the Spain uses more in making sure that in the rural area, it's control. Fire is control, right? So now we're going to the public education. In the US, there's more emphasis on public fire safety campaigns in schools, smoke alarms, checks, and buildings code, right? In Spain, public fire education growing but often less visible. Okay, so we don't it's in a specific to certain people who have that type of career, right? So they never get to teach us in the public school. Like here, we go out and teach, you understand? And we use fire alarm, we use here we have fire alarms, we have smoke detectors, we have how do you call it, then we enforce building codes, and we go to different schools, because we give classes all the time in different schools. So we make prevention awareness very, very, very shown and known to the public. Well, in Spain, no, as I've told you guys before, right? So there's a huge difference, right? And then number 4 is community fire risk. In Spain, fire brigades often double as civil protection teams with a broader focus of natural disasters, right? While in the US, the fire department tend to be more specialized with large urban teams and well-founded departments in rural areas. So you can see the different way. I think in the US, the fire system have been developed so much that we here in the US, in terms of fire prevention, we are 10 years or 20 years ahead of Spain, because although we have very dry season and there's a lot of fire, more than anywhere else in Europe that happen in Spain, we still haven't mastered, the way we have mastered it here. Okay, that's a huge difference. In Spain, we learn fire prevention through environmental, right? Environments and land management, while the US tend to focus on more education, infrastructure, and rapid response. So you see the difference between one to the other, right? So yeah, that's what is the that's why what is the difference between the two nations, and the US, as I say, is way more advanced than Spain when it comes down to fire prevention and who does it better. Although we do a very, very great job also in Spain, it's just that we have a different perspective of doing things, of seeing things. Okay, like, you know, it can be environmental, it can be the climate, it can be, the US have too many, and you guys know we have like 3 time zones. In Europe, it's one. Okay, I think England is the one that is like 1 hour ahead of us, but for most part, most Europe have the same time, the same climate, similar climates, the south. And as I was saying, as you guys know, the US has, variety of climates, which in Europe, we have the southern part, is more sunnier during spring and summertime. The winters are not that rigid, they're not that bad, right? But then the northern Europe is a whole totally different game. And if they see summer or sunshine 3 weeks out of the year, it's a blessing. So it's very, very different, compared to the US that have so many different climates, depending where you live in the state. So yeah, so you guys drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about the differences between Spain and the US. And you know what's the funny part of all of it though? Is that the US, tend to have earthquake and all, and tornado, and they build with more combustible materials that can go into the air in flames in no second. But Spain, or Europe, for you to be able to bring down a building, a fire to bring down a building is very hard. You guys have a lovely day. And remember, fire prevention is self-protection, and see you here